Hi, I'm Lawrence Greenberg from SiMX. You're looking at a PDF document. It's a sales order, and it's typical of a whole class of documents, purchase orders, packing lists, invoices, where the document has some information at the top that is for the entire document. Then it has a series of detail records, sometimes several pages of detail records. Instead of hand keying this information into a system, we're going to use software, SiMX TextConverter 3.1, to parse the document. I'll drag and drop this PDF into TextConverter, and TextConverter opens it initially in the template view. There's also a parsing view. We're going to see if TextConverter's artificial intelligence can find the structure of this document and parse it for us automatically. And as you can see here in real time, TextConverter has found a pattern for the detail records. And it looks perfect. It looks like exactly the pattern that you would have parsed manually. It's got 7 input fields, and they all look good here. I'm going to propagate these from the input dictionary to the output dictionary. The output dictionary is used to create the output file or to connect with your output database. And now you can see the data results in the output preview. I'm going to name these fields, and I'll do that just by cutting and pasting the names over from the input document to the output dictionary. I'm not going to bore you by doing these all one by one. I'm going to go ahead and open one that I prepared earlier where I've pasted all the names in there. And that looks good. You can now see those field names in place. We also want the information from the top of the document for the whole document. We're going to get those through script. We're going to use some high-level script, and again I'm going to add some fields here to the output dictionary to receive that information. The first one will be customer number. So we'll go ahead and make a field for that. And we'll just put it right there in the output dictionary. And again, instead of boring you with the creation of all those fields, though it's rather quick, I'm going to go ahead and open a project that I created earlier. Okay, we're back in there, and you can see now that I have 6 additional fields to hold the header information that I'm going to parse with script here. Now, scripting in TextConverter is not like just scripting generically. It's much higher level, it's much faster, but it is essentially VB script. There's nothing special or proprietary about it. I'm going to start by right-clicking. I'll pop up my fly menu, and I'll use a function, a context function called onRecord. And this means run this code every time you encounter a new record, and in this case, a new record just means a new line. There's a couple of big objects here. The TextConverter object that you reference by typing this dot, and then you get it again, a pop-up context menu, and we'll use the isDelimited function in this. And when I show you the whole script, I'll explain to you exactly how that's used, what we use it for. So it's going to be an if this is delimited, then, and again we'll get to that there. The other big function is target. You can type all of target, or you can just abbreviate it TRG. And you can pop that up, and you get that. And we'll be using the update function. And what update does is if it's non-zero, then it will update the field. It's a very, very useful function. Another thing that's handy about working in TextConverter as opposed to just plain VB script is you can drag fields from your input and output dictionary right into your code, and they're useful right there as objects. So let me go ahead and open that script that I've pre-written here for this. I'm going to open project. Now projects save all of the features of what you're working on. And we'll start with option explicit so that none of our variables, if we have a misspelling or something, they don't turn into variables. Variables must be declared. The first one I declare is an array called V, and this will hold the values that I'm parsing or extracting from the document. NF is simply to hold the number of fields, and then we set up NF. It's the field count from the output dictionary. This is the output dictionary, so it sets it up as 13. And then I redimension it as number of fields, 13. Then I use my onRecord function, and you saw how easy it was to insert that again with the fly menu there. And I'm going to declare some local variables. S will be the string, and you can see S down here. I just dragged in that field 1 from the input dictionary. And I will be my iterator to go through a loop with this. And I go ahead and I initialize my array for those fields that I'm going to be loading, those 6 fields, 8 to NF. And then I use my, if it's delimited, just go ahead and load it through the automatic. And you can see that just leaves that all alone, and it just loads it automatically. Here's your output preview. You can see that. All looks great. Now for the script, I'm going to use target update for the first field in the array, field 8. And I'm going to update it using target string library mid. So more powerful than a normal VB script mid, this allows you to use regular expressions. So here we're going to take S, the string, and we're going to look for the beginning and the end of the item to be extracted. The beginning of it will be customer number star, customer number and any number of spaces. And the end of it will be either 3 spaces, and the pipe means or $end of line. So 3 spaces are the end of line, and I'll stop looking. So I can go through each line, and if I see customer number, then I go ahead and grab what comes after it, and then if I see some spaces, I stop. I'm going to go ahead and do the same for order number, required date, PO number, ship via, and job. 1 line of code to parse each of those items. I use a this skip record so that I don't get the extra junk records at the top. It's going to match the delimited stuff field by field, and then end if end function. It's a very short, you can see how short and simple that script is. Just a few lines of code. And then you can also see here in the output preview how incredibly effective it is. I've gone ahead and parsed the document. I not only have my detail records, but for each detail record, I have all of the header information. Now, we can also, we're parsing these all to a single table, the output dictionary. I could also create as many new table objects as I want. I could put these into separate related tables. We're going to do that in another demonstration. I just wanted to show you how easy it is to use SiMX TextConverter to parse a sales order document.